wherever they may live, are citizens of Berlin. And therefore, as a free man, I take pride in the words, Ich bin ein Berliner.
Ich bin ein Berliner. Kennedy's statement gave new hope to the million Germans who lived on this island in a communist sea. But it was not Berlin that would lead the world to the brink of war.
Good evening, my fellow citizens.
To halt this offensive buildup, it shall be the policy of this nation to regard any nuclear missile launched from Cuba against any nation in the Western Hemisphere as an attack by the Soviet Union on the United States, requiring a full retaliatory response upon the Soviet Union.
The President of the United States was always ready to unleash 1,800 thermonuclear rockets, capable of wiping out the entire planet several times over. Even if the American mainland was wiped out, 56 American nuclear submarines patrolled the world's oceans, ready to launch Polaris and Poseidon rockets. (1963). The Kennedys were in Fort Worth, Texas, campaigning for re-election. As Jackie made her entrance into the breakfast meeting, the president made the most of the moment.
2 years ago, I said that, introduced myself in Paris by saying that I was the man who had accompanied Mrs. Kennedy to Paris. I'm getting somewhat that same sensation as I travel around Texas.
He then went on to make the last speech of his life.
This is a very dangerous and uncertain world. We would like to live as we once lived, but history will not permit it. The balance of power is still on the side of freedom. We are still the keystone and the arch of freedom, and I think we'll continue to do as we have done in our past, our duty.
At 11:37, the presidential jet landed at Dallas Airport. Texas began to witness the Kennedy magic and charm. In an open automobile, Jackie sat in the rear seat alongside the president. The governor of Texas, John Connally, and his wife in the folding seats. At 12:30, the motorcade turned into Elm Street, where it would pass the warehouse that stored the city's school books. A radio reporter commented on the success of the president's visit.
The president's car is now turning onto Elm Street, and it will be only a matter of minutes before he arrives at the Trade Mart. I was on Simmons Freeway earlier, and even the freeway was jam-packed with spectators waiting their chance to see the president as he made his way towards the Trade Mart. Now going past me, the limousine is now traveling at a very high rate of speed. Secret Service men standing up in the limousine. They are armed with submachine guns. It appears as though someone in the limousine might have been hit by
Kennedy was dead. The governor of Texas seriously wounded. 2 hours later, in a scene of terrible confusion, a suspect was arrested. Lee Harvey Oswald, a former Marine, rumored to be a communist. Before he could make a detailed statement, Jack Ruby shot him to death on nationwide television before the disbelieving eyes of a shell-shocked American public. That same night, beside the coffin of John Kennedy, Vice President Johnson was sworn in as the 36th President of the United States. The event had shocked the whole country. It was 8 o'clock when Paris heard the news, 9 o'clock in Berlin, 10 o'clock in Moscow. People all over the world rushed into the streets, unable to comprehend the news. Khrushchev went to the U.S. Embassy to pay his last respects to his old adversary. It was over. The American champion dead. Never again would the country feel the unity and determination that President Kennedy had been able to bring to the Cold War.